Shalom. Firstly, let's start by giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Stone. Peace and blessing to all the Akims out there, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is Brother Yakasakala from James, Jamaica, Portland Camp, here to do a short lesson on freedom of speech and the impending famine of the word. Right now, um, over the years, we are seeing where many public figures have been censored because of things they're saying against the state and against a certain set of people. For one, we see where Nick Cannon was censored and have to come out and do an apology. We see Jimmy Kimmel um, last year being cancelled, right, because of his statements. And it goes to show that if you're not with their program or forwarding the lies and deception of their society, then you're a liability, and you, whatever status you hold or whatever position you are, they can basically call you, right? They can cancel you and they can shut you up. Now, unlike public figures, um talk show hosts, and all of the lot, men of the Lord out here on the highways and byways pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. We're not bound by any contract of the sort, as they are bound. So we are free, to preach this word in truth and in sincerity, in all honesty, in all essence of it, without um sugarcoating anything, right? However, the platform that most of the brothers use is one that is owned by Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And if push come to shove, they can shove us right off of it, you know. So this word will come to cease going out eventually, um, as it stands with things we have seen over the years, right? It goes to show that um, even in today society, you can't set certain things or you'll be censored, or your videos will be removed and so forth. Now, we have to navigate by using keywords, by using certain statements or catchphrases or whatever, right? And it's becoming a pressing issue more and more as the years go by. And eventually, it will lead to this word, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding being removed from the internet, right? Now, just start by reading this excerpt. It says, free speech is currently considered under threat from increasing government efforts to censor critics, potential authoritarian trends, and misuse of public agencies to target political opposition. Concerns center on protecting political speech, curbing abuse of power, and defending against restrictions on protest, academic freedom, and expressive content like drag performances, right? And it says key threats to free speech. It says government retaliation. Officials using agencies like the DOJ or FBI to silence, punish, or investigate critics for exercising the First Amendment rights. And this is just in America. We see where in other countries like Russia, they basically just shut you up. In China, you can't really say anything outside the state, or they remove your access to certain things. with them social credit system. Even instances out here in Jamaica when many persons talk up against our prime minister, we see them being silenced, right? We see where they have to come out and make a public apology to that. Say he also go and say political censorship, legislative or executive efforts to limit speech that is deemed offensive, critical of policy, or politically inconvenient, right? And the list goes on, man. But before I continue into the list, get this first precept. It is Amos 8 and verse 11 says, Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the word of the Lord. And that day will soon come, man. That day will soon come. Especially out here in Jamaica, where we are out pushing this word, where our people see us day in, day out, right? Preaching, telling them to get right with the Most High, because the times ahead, you are going to need that covering. You're going to need to be right with your power, Yahweh Shemi Shai, to save you from the evil days. So repent from now and try to get your house in order, right? However, we're not going out there until the last minute. We're not going out there until shit hit the fan. The Most High, using Esau Edom, basically remove this word from your ears, man. Verse 12 says, And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north to north, from the north to even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And it goes to show, man. So in that day, they must cover the internet, from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They have come up on our videos, man. They have stopped and listened to us. Many people say, "Oh, are the right thing we are say," and they wonder how more people out here listen. We have instances where people ask for the channel on the road and subscribe, but scripture say, "Be not hearers of the word only, but also doers." So if you're just participating as someone that hear the word or like the message, but not living the message, then will be unto you, man. It says, and shall not find it, right? So no matter where them search, them are remember say, oh, we were under the bang place. Oh, we were out by off a tree. Oh, they were here, so they were there. Even in America, right? Even everywhere where the word is preached, they're gonna remember the prophets. They're gonna remember. So then walk past and here we say, yo, WW3, MOTB, and them are go when shit hit the fan, them are go walk come back. For hear what we are saying, but in that time it's not too late, right? Especially with the things Esau Edom implement now. Go back into this. It says true threats and harassment. While not protected, the legal definition of true threats intend to cause fear of violence and harassment is sometimes manipulated to suppress legitimate debate, right? And one one of the things that we see is we threatening, so-called threatening Esau Edom. To tell them, say, oh, they're going to be usurped out of rulership. Their time is coming to an end. Their society is going to crash. The amount of things we have prophesied against them. Evil things, man. Not good. So these things can be used, to manipulate people or manipulate the system in a sense wherein our word will be called, in a sense, man. Will be forced off the internet, and eventually will be removed from the streets. No, we're in. It's not really safe out there again. Especially with the amount of riots, the amount of protests, all sort of wickedness that is going on. Man walking up to brothers with arms, being violent, and a lot, man. Say, says yeah, says authoritarian trends, the rising concerns about the potential for democratic backsliding and the suppression of free political discussion, right? So them don't want you having a half a brain. Them don't want you can sit down and say, oh, you know what, like something is up, man. Something is wrong. Why it can't be this way, or why we can't say this or do that. So they're implementing certain things in order to alleviate that, to have you docile. Alright? I'm gonna get this next precept. This is Isaiah 32 and verse 5. It says, the vile person shall no more be called liberal, or churl said to be bountiful. Right? And it a show. It a show. At first, Esau Edom them come, and they are so subtle, they're so calm, they're so, saying, sweet with how they articulate their words, with how they interact with you, and so forth. But their true nature is vile. You see me? So, and them are show them true nature now. So they're not gonna be more called liberal, man. So the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord. And we're seeing that day in, day out, man. Day in, day out. In the court system, they swear upon the Bible. By swearing in, isn't it? Presidents and so forth, by doing all sorts of different things. Yeah, you see that, man? It's out there in the media day in, day out. It's like they're not hiding their sin anymore. Right? It says, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and we cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the church are evil. And what are some of their instruments? The legislation, the laws that they pass, you know, the sensitization of information, and all of those things, man. You have a thing with Google now where a certain when a certain search certain keywords, you have three options. You have blur, turn off, right? And you have go back to safe browsing. So they're sensitizing what you're searching online to basically, in a sense, group the information that you would be eligible to see. And not just one of the instruments, man. Another the instrument is legislation. Now, in certain totalitarian countries, for instance, North Korea, you can't say certain things against the head of state. You just get put to jail, man. You can't go or create protests or do any form of rising up or anything of the sort. They might just put it to jail, right? Says he devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even need to speak it right. And what we are do, we are speak right, man. This wisdom, knowledge, understanding, nothing is wrong with it. It is right, man. We are telling people them, get back with your power. How is that wrong? We are telling you that, yo, you messed up, man. You got the earth for rule, and you do all sort of wickedness to the earth. You have animals that are going extinct. You have crops that have been GMO'd. The earth is in its wicked form and state, right? Because of this man's doing. Check his track record. Just check his track record. Just check anything we have to do with the destruction of the earth, you know, and you're gonna see him first. Front line and center. And all through the line you're gonna see him too. And then just a line up and wait and wait if you just try something else for destroy the earth. And we have been telling our people over and over, right? This is what this man is trying to do. Over and over. We show our people, right? So once we implement this is going to be the result of it. And eventually, you know, the most I go remove that will to spread the information that we have, um you know to our people. And at that time, what got this is Ezekiel 3 and verse 26 is, and I will make thy tongue to cleave to the root of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. So eventually, man, we're not gonna have a thing to say about you. We're not gonna have a thing to say about your actions, your way of life, um, why you need to get right with the Most High, and all of that, because the Most High are gonna make the tongue cleave to the roof of our mouth, and we won't be anything else to say to you, man. Right? So if you have this word, or if you're just coming to this word, man, get as much as you can get, because eventually access to the videos won't be there anymore. Right? Access to the men of the Lord out there in the highways and byways preaching will be removed. Right? So just get this last precept and end it there. This is Revelation 3 and verse 11. It says, behold, I come quickly, all that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Right? So whatever wisdom, knowledge, and understanding I get, you know, hold it fast, man. And you try get more. You try get as much as I can, because in short order, you're not gonna have this anymore. You're not gonna have the word to reprove you, to correct you, and to guide you on the path anymore. You're not gonna have that freedom. Right? It says, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. And I write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. And you want to be in that land, man. You don't want to be cast out no more. You want to be gathered together with the Most High, right? So, with that, hope this was edifying. It's a Kalalal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of greatness stone. and peace and blessing to all the Akim out there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. To the Aquas, the believers, the helps. Shalom.